Good morning. So I've decided to buy Belinda a new radio for the van so she can have maps, listen to music, etc. etc. Yeah, don't worry about the beard, that's going. Alright, I'll show you what I've done. Alright, I've pulled the van apart to do the wiring for the new radio. That's the old little Toyota radio that came out of there, old tape deck thingy. And this is a new one with a pull out flip screen, and Uncle Google helped me to do all the wiring. Still got a few wires for the rear view camera and hands-free kit thingy that came with it. Not sure where to connect all that, but yeah, I have got a job to put everything back once I've figured that out. So I'll just show you there. It comes on, so it is working, but still have to sort the aerial out and then do all the programming and connect the phone to it and all that. Yeah, that's how far I've got so far. Good luck doing the rest. I'll work it out. Right, thanks.
Are you struggling? He's still at it. After 3 hours, I think. I don't know. Struggling. It looks like a workshop in here. Tool shop.
I love my baby, yo. As I love my baby, yo, oh, oh. Baby, yo, oh, oh. No be for mouth, oh. I love my baby, no be for mouth. You love your bobo, no be for talk. Talk and do respect.
G'day, and welcome back. The last video I made was on Thursday. And Friday I just was exhausted, so I took the day off. But I'll show you what Frikkie did. He put this beautiful carbon fiber strip all around the van. It is lovely. And then yesterday, Saturday, was when he put the radio in. And while he was putting in the radio, I'll show you what I've been up to. Everything in here is Tetris at the moment. It's just stacked up on each other. Nothing is screwed in or anything. Trying to do this little kitchen area so that you can just pull it out as one solid piece. And that's what I've been working on. The idea is that it's just going to go on with L brackets, and then you unscrew it from the L bracket and it becomes one solid piece that you can take out. But there's still a lot of thinking going on here. That's why I didn't bother to film, because I'm still working out exactly what I want to do there. So, but that's what I've been working on yesterday, and then I'll keep you posted from there. Let me show you what dilemma we've got here. Unfortunately, the engine is under the passenger seat, so you have to lift up the passenger seat and hook it onto there, which obviously comes back here, which is also a problem for building a the back here. So yes, a lot of thinking, a lot of work. Obviously this part of that's under the passenger seat is also lifting up when you access the engine. Here is the main battery, the vehicle battery, so you need to access that. So you can't put legs on there, or if you do put a leg on there, you can't access the battery at any given time without taking out the whole cupboard. So there's a lot of interference in the planning of this cupboard, and we have to work around all of that.
It's outside the box.
So if you think our cupboards are going to be weird and strange, and you know, it's not just one straight cut and one straight line, this is exactly why. It's not going to be straight lines and straight cuts, because we have to work with what we've got and we have to think outside the box. Frikkie is installing the camera so that you can see when you back up. I'm not convinced he's a happy puppy, but anyway, we won't talk about it. But look at our weather. It is cloudy. Check my carpentry skills. I'm pretty chuffed. I'm quite happy with my carpentry skills around that thing. And on that side. Okay, we're getting there slowly. We have screwed everything on that needs to be screwed on. I'm gonna do this one now. It will look like the countertop's got very little to sit on, but that's fine. It's still gonna extend in line with that one there, so it will extend about 5 centimeters beyond the actual support, but that's not going to kill anybody or anything. Yes, and someone is having a incredibly nice lie down. It was just raining now, and someone is still sorting out cameras, but he's got a wire shortage because the kit is probably for a normal vehicle and not for a long wheelbase van, so it's a bit short. But okay, we'll be back with another update. Here comes the test. See if I can zoom in. Whoops. Oh, do you need an isolator on? Okay. yay, it changed over to your clearer, your clothes is reflecting on that. It's changed to the camera view. Not that you can see it much here. It's sadly upside down.
Oh, look at my van, it's on its roof.
It's on its roof. Back to the drawing board for him too. After 6 hours, shame.
Good morning, a little update. There's a reverse camera. The sun is a little bit bright in the cab, so you can't see it 100%, but yeah, if you look there, you can see it's working. And I'm busy doing the battery swap over for the fridge and doing all the cabling and that, so I'll get to that and show you that. What I'm busy with, taking my battery out that operates the fridge, 120 amp lithium battery. I've got to remove all these cables that I've installed previously. That's got to come out. Got to get under, take the cable out all the way to the back. Just started with that, and I've removed the box. That's out, and I've moved the battery over. The battery's gonna sit there. Already put a little aluminium plate there. You can see that to hold it in place. Sorry about my fingers. And I've connected the earth down there. So now it's just a little controller and the power cables and then the control box. I'll keep you updated. So basically that is the car battery in there, and I've got to run the wires somehow, I think underneath all this. I'll crawl under the van and come up and connect it to the battery for the fridge. Sunlight's a bit bright in here. Yeah, that's my plan for today. So there's so much space in this van to mount stuff. Not. So I've put the relay controller on the outside here. Drilled 2 holes through there. Putting my cables through there. And then the main car battery is on that side. So I'll connect that up there and then go underneath the engine bay and come up on that side for that battery. So the car battery, when you drive, can charge it, and that's how the fridge operates. So the main battery goes through this relay and charges the fridge battery, the lithium battery, and yeah, when the car battery is too low it won't charge it. It'll only start charging once it's fully charged, the car battery. Then it'll start charging the second battery. But usually when we drive in that, it's fully charged and it stays on about 13.6, 12.9 volts for the whole time that we camp. It's a pretty good battery, 120 amp lithium battery, deep cycle battery. Right, so I've mounted the little oscillator controller relay. So that goes through there, and then it goes in on this side. That's the earth connection. That's the cable that goes to the battery. I won't put that on now until I'm ready. That is the other cable from the little controller that goes through there, and comes out of there in the engine bay. Real clever. Put my hand in front of it. Anyway, this is the cable here. I've got to run that through or over the engine bay to get to the battery on that side. Maybe underneath and then come up. Right, I'll be doing that next. Right, I've done all the connections and just testing it. And it's working. The little red light's on, which means it's charging the second battery. Nice and hidden down there. All the connections nice and neat. Yeah, purring like a kitten.
Good morning, good morning. The hubby has been very busy putting in batteries. Now this countertop is obviously not the countertop we're going to use, but I'm just giving you the basic idea. It probably won't go as far back, but we'll figure that out. But look how sturdy, nothing wobbling on it. Francois is busy preparing the box. Hello lovely people, welcome back. Frikkie has taken some leave. We were meant to go camping, but winter fell upon us. Look at that hoodie. Check this gymnastics that he's going to pull here now to try and reach there. He's taken leave, but we might still go camp for one night, but we'll see. But he's decided he's going to help me with my building. Yay! So what he's actually cut out here is we're going to put a wall in here. So we've put little supports on where the wall's going to sit on, because it's only going to start basically here. Yes, and this is going to be an interesting effort, trying to cut it around all these intricate little corners and bends. Hey ho! Okay, he's finally in, and now we're gonna put a little window in there so that you can at least see where you're going if you are reversing or whatever. Okay, Frikkie has butchered the control box. and he's chopped him up in smaller pieces so that he can do some magic. There's the rest of it. And there's the rest of the actual box is at the bottom there. And that is going to run lights that he's going to put under the bed. So when you want to get some storage stuff out the back there, then you can just flick a light on. So yes, that's what he is busy doing. Say hello, Fricky. And that over there is what I'm busy doing. Oh, and it is painfully slow. But it's lunchtime now, and I think I need to go feed the man. Feed the man. Hello, Fricky. I love you, Fricky.
Slave driver.
Check our nice wall. Now Fricky can sort out, he's going to sort out some electrical bits and put a control panel board, a little one there, and maybe then I can finally continue with my shelving on that thing. But it is already 3 o'clock, so I don't anticipate anything further happening probably for today from my side. But hey ho, morning, all you fine folk. The chickens are still sleeping and we are already on the road. And where are we going? Last night, Fricky found a IGA shopping centre that is throwing out shelving because they obviously remodeling or something. So there's free shelving lying on the curb or at the shopping centre. Wooden boards, and we are on our way to go grab some, which might come in handy for countertops. But we'll have a look at how wide it is and grab what we can grab. Woohoo!
Marketplace.
Thanks to Marketplace. Just check all that shelving they're throwing out. We've taken these. On the bottom side of it, it actually says IGA, but we're not worried about what it looks like on the outside because we'll manipulate it. Because obviously you don't want a white countertop. They're also throwing out pallets here, but we won't be grabbing any of them. But that's so nice. Free wood, free wood.
Good morning. Busy on the van again, and this is where the control box is going to be. All the switches, marked it out. Got to drill it and cut it. There's a little plate. I'll mount it from the other side so you only see the switches, and then start with the wiring.
I am back at pallet stripping, and I'll show you what I'm working on. I'm working on this little side panel to bring that up.
So I've mounted my little board for all the operations of the light and the fridges, and you can see the battery voltage on the spare battery. It runs everything. I'm busy with the wiring, and that's the back of the panel behind the seat. So I'm just doing the wiring there all the way through to the fuse box. and then connect it onto the battery. So yeah, I'm an electrician today. Yee! Right, done all the wiring, done all the connections. So I just need to do the main connections to the battery and neaten all this mumbo jumbo junk. Spaghetti junction. Right, so that's my next job. And then we'll test it out. Right, so I've strapped all the wires up and connected it to the battery. I was gonna mount them nice and neatly up here all along. I'll do that in a minute. Let's have a test first and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Blow up or burn out? No, I'm confident. So first up we got cabin light. Turn that on. That's just there for now because Belinda can't decide where she wants it mounted, but that works. Next one is the deck lights, but we're not going to use that now only when we camp, and that's going to work through the 12-volt socket. The next one will be the refrigerator. Click that on, and we got power. She's working. And this is a nice fridge freezer. It just kicked in. We'll leave that running for a bit. And then we've got a 12-volt instrument light. So that just tells you what the battery voltage is on the blue battery, deep cycle one. That is over there. And that is sitting at 12.7 at the moment. 12.7 on that. And then this little one here, I'll just put the battery chargers, any stickers we could get, but that's little USBs for phone charging or any of the other little goodies we've got. Right, thank you very much. So that is all the connections, and strapped all the wiring nice and neatly. Can't go anywhere, and that's it. All I've got to do is do the lights underneath the bed. There they there. Well, that'll be for the garage area, and that power for them I'll take from this board that I've got in the back here. I'll put a board in there to get a power source of that. I'll just use that one.
There, I just have a slither, a tiny slither to go. And then that side's done. Then maybe I can get to the shelves. I've been getting to that second set of shelves now for the last 4 days. Hey ho, we'll see. Frikkie is playing Vietnamese here. He is trimming my little slither that I need to fit in there. Let's see. Let's see. Close, but no cigar. And it's most likely going to go like our wall.
Right, that's it for this episode. We'll see you when we're back after our camping trip. Okay, thanks.